I guess happy 4th of July. We'll celebrate by waking up the 400. The old girl doesn't see much action anymore. Tonight was soccer night for the little one, so that means bedtime came like at least an hour late. Just planned to get this thing out after bedtime just because there's, surprise surprise, more rain coming. So we'll try to get one little rip out of town here, let it stretch its legs at least once this summer. We're just shy of 7,500 kilometers on this thing. I figured we'd have double or triple that on this by now, just, you know, the way things were going at the time when we bought it, which is just crazy to me. Anyway, like, we bought this in 2018. It's brand new, first brand new bike I ever bought, and already it's like over 5 years old. It's crazy. Now we've got the ZX4RR on the market. Been watching a lot of videos on that, watching people's reviews on it. I think it's really, really disappointing that it came so neutered to North America. I think Yami Noob has been trying it out on track with a kind of a lightly modified race prepped Ninja 400. And you know, in the beginning, the results were kind of expected whenever the numbers came out and everybody realized that it really didn't make any more power than this thing with stock tuning. So right away we were thinking, okay, well, you need a flash, wait for the flash. And I'm assuming it must be reusing a familiar ECU style than other bikes, because it seems like they had a flash worked out for it in no time. It'd be great if it would have been like the old ZX6s from days gone by, where, you know, the jumper mod, you could basically convert it over to the proper fuel map and ignition map just by grounding a wire on the ECM. Doesn't really look like that's the case though. But anyway, the flash just started rolling out and the results started rolling out on the dynos, and it looked pretty good. You know, it was putting down the power that people were expecting. But then they got it out on the track and it still wasn't a really impressive bike, you know. It's, especially for the price, it's just insane. Like, for that kind of money you could pick up a Ninja 400 and totally work it over to make it every bit as fast and handle probably twice as good, because you can really sink some money into the suspension, which is another place where the 4R is really lacking. I mean, it has competent suspension, it's alright, it does its job, but it's nothing fancy. It's nothing that justifies its price. I don't know, it's strange. It makes me think that this would probably still be a better street bike because it's going to have a way better mid-range. That 400, or that 4RR, I guess, you're going to have that thing singing like north of 12,000 RPM just to make it do anything on the street. Which is possible because, you know, it is a small displacement bike, and if you can wring the neck of a 600 to make it perform on the street like that, you can certainly do it with a 4, but I don't know, at least the 6 has got some mid-range grunt, you know, if you just want to putt around with it a little bit. You don't have to have it singing all the time, which is kind of like this one. It's going to make its peak power near the top of its RPM range like anything else, but it doesn't need to be there to have fun with it. I don't know, maybe I'm jumping the gun. I haven't driven one, so maybe I'm totally wrong. It just seems like the big attraction at the moment is like, oh, it's an inline 4 and it has that sound, and that's basically it. Because to get that sound, you certainly lost out in the weight department and the cost department. I think we're going to do a little loop and head right back the way we came. It feels really humid, and now looking across the river confirms it. I swear it was foggy as hell over there. We'll start our loop this way. Sign that says watch for deer, I believe that one. I've come across deer here before. So I guess the ZX4R falls into the same category as a lot of motorcycles. For me, anyway. And that category, of course, is if money wasn't an object, sure, I'd have one. But it doesn't really fall into the category of bikes where, you know, I'd make an effort to buy one while money is an object. Every time you're off these bikes for any length of time, you tend to forget. In the back of your head, you know they're fun, but you forget just how fun. But I guess that's the bulk of what we're going to do tonight. We're already losing daylight. I didn't even bring anything to clean my visor off, and the bugs are already having their way with it. So maybe we'll take one little roll through town to see what's happening. Not much, I imagine, on a Tuesday night after a long weekend. 4th of July doesn't mean a whole lot up here. So if you're still watching me rant about a bike I don't even own, then you might as well hit that subscribe button, because I mean, it can only get better from here. I'll keep trying to look through the bugs to see the road ahead. You can come check out the next one.